From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time once again for another edition of The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. Of course, brought to you by our friends at Heritage Capital Group and at my bar, at Tommy Mac's. Of course, we're talking financial planning and we're talking liquor. So you got money and you got liquor, somewhere they go together. We're going to figure out where that is. Let's welcome in the panel. Jeff Sedlitz is here
hey,
from
Tom.
the Family Tree Financial Group. Hi, Jeff.
How's it going?
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty
good.
good.
So you and I got to Jayville around the same time, 1995.
That's right.
All right, you feel like you're pretty much a native here now, I would imagine.
Oh, this is home.
Absolutely. When did you get into the financial world, and tell us about Family Tree?
Started in February '93, so
Okay.
I'll be celebrating 31 years, Lord willing, in February.
Cheers to that.
Yeah,
Good job.
I'll drink to anything.
Drink to anything that's 31 years old, right?
No doubt.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
I have a lot of stories about how I got in the business, but and I turned it down 3 times, not knowing anything about it.
Okay.
Just knew I didn't want to do what they did, which was work weird hours, nights, weekends. I was in my early 20s.
Yep.
I had different priorities for nights and weekends, like doing
I think
this.
we all did. I think we all
This
did.
included.
Yep.
But later, I found that I found my calling, and
Good.
one of the things that motivated me was I had a relative that had no plans in place and had money, but no plans in place, and everything was tied up in his business. And I watched my 3 cousins. One didn't graduate after 3 years
Okay.
at Boston College.
At BC. Wow.
That's
I shouldn't have graduated. I would have given it to her.
No,
She deserved it more than I did, trust me.
And the 2 younger ones that were in private school,
Yeah.
they dropped out. One got a GED, one didn't. They have never made anything.
So
and
that was your why.
I found a
That's
purpose.
cool, man.
Yeah, people need help, and they don't know what to do.
What's your just real quick, your philosophy? Is it,
So
what's your base?
for me, for the company, for the firm that we built, it's treat everybody as family. That's what sustained me for 30 plus, almost 31 years.
Yep.
When we make a recommendation, we're not fast. We don't make a recommendation on the spot. We're going to
Yep.
take 2, 3, 4 weeks sometimes to make the right recommendation so we
Okay.
get it right.
Cool.
And it's the recommendation I would make to my brother, my sister, my mother, my father if
yourself.
they were in the same boat.
Yep. Good for you, man. Great to have you on the show, brother.
Happy to be here.
Absolutely. Troy Pepito is back. April
Tom.
1. What's happening, dude?
Good to be back.
I tell you, it's a big hit.
Thirsty.
This one bottle was,
Was
full
full.
at one time.
Sorry.
What's the latest, man? No, it's not just you. Trust me.
Latest news is we're going through our Series A capital raise. Things
Okay.
are going good, going up and to the right. So
Yep, good.
we'll see how that turns out come November.
Okay. So do you do any Series A capital raises somewhere in the mix? man?
Sure. What,
Yeah, you talk after, right? Absolutely.
That's where the money ties in, right?
That's right.
Money and
That's
booze.
great. And it's you gotta have the cash. Gotta have it.
Yep.
Without, you can have the idea, which is great. Have the people. Gotta have the money.
Gotta have the money.
And, great to have you on the show.
Thanks, Tom.
Culhane sisters are back. What's up, Mary Jane? Give me 5, baby.
Hey. Hi, how are you, Tom? Good
Welcome
job.
back.
Good to see
got
you.
5 Sisters Vodka. You guys, how long you guys had the vodka out now? Like 5, 6, 7?
4 years, 2019.
4 years.
Yes.
When did you come up with the idea to?
Probably
it.
early 2000s.
Was it a family recipe? Like what are we
Yes,
talking?
it's
Was
very,
it?
very unique.
Okay.
It's a really long story, but growing up in Ireland, we loved the smell of seaweed. Our grandparents lived on the ocean.
Okay. Yeah.
And we wanted to put some seaweed in there, and it took us about a year to get the recipe perfected. But it is
Okay.
vaporized with Irish kelp, organic
It is.
Irish kelp.
Is that for the salt? Like
It's
the-
more for the cleaner profile. It gives it like a crisper flavor
Okay.
profile.
Okay. Are you the chemist out of the sisters? Or what's your plan?
Well, kinda. Well, it took us about like a year again to get the recipe perfected,
Okay.
and luckily we had a great guy that was able to do that for us.
Great.
Yeah.
And is he here?
He's local, yes, in
He
Jacksonville.
is. All
yeah,
right. Very
so
good.
We're very lucky.
So then it's just duplicate. How do you? Yeah. Like you gotta make sure that recipe's duplicate, right? Like
Yeah.
it can't
This
be
is
wrong.
he's key, yeah.
How do you make just people?
On the bourbon side, it's a little harder. Vodka, it's a clean spirit. It's
Yeah.
a neutral
Right.
spirit.
Yeah.
And
But you're relying on people as well.
but you're relying on people and the
Yeah.
recipes and stuff like that because you
Yeah.
still have to do. It's a lot of chemistry in there, and you still got to get those measurements right, even with that.
Right.
It's-
Yeah. What would your advice be, Jeff, to business owners that are, got to plan that out, right? Got to make sure you're putting the money in the right spots and making sure you're saving some for, a rainy day, so to speak.
well, for sure.
What would you say to them?
I could talk for about 6 hours on that topic
I'll give
alone.
you 60 seconds.
I will say, if I just had to pick the biggest thing,
Yeah.
they're established. but it's succession planning. How are we getting out of this thing?
Yeah.
How are we going to ride off into the sunset with money in our pocket? Not just handing it off to someone, but handing it off and getting money for it.
Exit.
And we plan that.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Do you plan that from the beginning?
If I can, if
I mean, for them, like, would
Yeah.
you, like,
Oh, yeah.
you guys, I mean, when you
Yeah,
thought
so-
about it, like, I've launched things, but I never thought of, like, okay, I'm launching it to
Right.
5 years down the road, I'm gonna sell it. You know what I mean?
As we
I
get
hope I can
older.
get to that
Yeah,
point.
you gotta have a goal,
You're
you
saying
know?
you gotta have it in
Right.
place.
You got to know where you're going. You know,
Vision.
You got to have vision. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, or you're going to be lost wandering without
Yeah.
it.
Right.
most of my
Purpose.
business owner clients, they're worried about today and they're not thinking about tomorrow.
No,
Right.
right.
So
So
we
true.
bring that up and we
Yeah.
we have
As we're
that
all getting
conversation.
older, you know?
Yeah. I always find it because I work with my consultant business, like early stage and whatnot, and you can have revenues going. Cash flow is so tricky. It really is. Like to pay, every month to have that cash there to be able to pay your people and
Right.
keep the lights on.
It's a
people
grind.
think like, wait, why is that? But it is. For some reason, you could double your revenue and still be in a situation where you're like,
Same, right?
I need cash, right?
Sure.
Can you avoid that?
Yeah, proper planning.
Look at you, the financial. Telling the bartender.
Full circle.
No, you're right. You're right. You got to keep planning. I'm not a planner. That's my problem.
That's why you need someone that
I'm not,
does.
my wife's a planner, so we balance each other out. But I'm not. Even with like vacations, I'm like, all right, 2 days, we're going. Let's go. What are you talking
I think that's
about?
most women, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, she's like 2 months out. Oh, hey, honey, you got to put a deposit down. I'm like, for what? Okay, whatever. But no doubt. Well, great to have you on the show. Thanks for being here. Best of luck, guys.
Thank
Ladies,
you
thanks for
so
being here, man.
much.
Cheers.
Tom,
Brilliant
we
work.
had such a great
Absolutely.
morning.
Yeah,
And I can't wait for the dad bods to be back at
Yes,
Culhane's.
come on, hurry
We'll
up.
make it happen.
Yeah.
We'll make
We
it
hear you
happen.
pack it out, so it's all
We're
good.
getting there. We're
Yeah.
getting there. All right,
Right.
that'll do it for us this time around. You can check out all their profiles at iwannabuzz.com. You can see this conversation and many others by just visiting that website. So until next time, y'all stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on the Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
The team at Heritage Capital Group is special because it's a collection of people across the spectrum.
We have people who have been in the shoes of owners that are looking to buy and sell, and professionals that have executed transactions helping buy and sell companies for decades.
I think when you talk to us, see what our experience is, see what our skills are, see the reach that we have, you'll be very happy with the recommendation.